Hi! Welcome to the Summer STEM series for the Westland Public Library. This year, the summer reading theme is Tell Your Story. And so it's focused on telling your story, having your voice heard, with some fairy tales and folk tales thrown into the mix. But this series is going to focus on how you tell your story, and we're going to use puppets. When you use puppets to tell a story, you're engaging in theater. You've probably heard of it. But what makes theater theater? Well, there are a few key elements of theater, but that list is going to differ depending on who you ask. So I've just boiled it down to a list of basics for you.
Basically, theater consists of these elements. First, performers. That's someone who is doing something. Second, you'll need an audience. That's someone watching someone do something. Third, you'll need a stage. That's just any space in which someone does something for the audience. And fourth are aspects of design. That includes costumes, sets, lighting, and sound. And finally, theater needs direction. That's basically the thing that the performer is doing. It's got to be with purpose, like to tell a story.
This week, we're going to be looking at designing your puppet. Your puppet or puppets will be kind of like your performers, or half of your performer, because as a puppeteer, you're a performer too. Making your puppet will also incorporate some of those aspects of design I mentioned. You'll be giving your puppet a costume, and you'll be including what might be called a personal prop by theater folks.
A personal prop is an item that's carried by the actor, or in this case, attached to the puppet, that enhances their character or shows their function. So, like a pocket watch or a sword. In a theater production, these props would be chosen by the costume designer, or sometimes by the actor themselves. Try to think about the character you're creating as you make your puppet. What kinds of things might they use as a personal prop?
Now that we're thinking about our cast of characters, maybe you have some story ideas in mind. You don't have to have an exact script yet, but thinking about it will give you some ideas when you're designing your puppet. Some other things to consider are:
what will they be doing? Do you want your puppet to have a functioning mouth or movable arms? Will they be turning around on stage? If so, you should consider decorating the back as well. Also, you might want to think about how many puppeteers will be participating in the performance. If it's just you up there, your cast should probably be pretty small, or you should consider a kind of puppet that's easy for one person to control in large numbers. More on that later. Also, where will the puppeteers be performing? If you're going to be behind a table or the sofa, you'll probably want a hand or a stick puppet. If you want to be standing up with your puppet hanging down on a stage, you're thinking of a puppet on strings, or a marionette.
Finally, what does your puppet need to convey to the audience? Sometimes you want the audience to know something about your puppet just by looking at them. That can be anything from a color scheme to an expression. Here's some examples.
These are two puppets I made that are actually based on famous characters from 17th century Italian theater, Harlequin and Piero. As you can see, Harlequin is brightly colored with a little grin. He is traditionally a trickster character who plays practical jokes on people. Piero, on the other hand, is mostly black and white, and his expression is withdrawn and peaceful. Piero is traditionally the hopeless romantic who usually loses the girl to Harlequin. But you can see a lot about the characters just by their costumes and expressions. That kind of quick judgment based on looks is okay if it's on stage.
Feel ready to get into making your puppet? There are a ton of kinds of puppets that you can choose from, but I've just made a list of some of the easiest sorts that you can make at home.
The first kind is hand puppets. These puppets fit over your hand, and often you can use your fingers to move parts of them like their arms or mouths. It's popular to make this sort out of paper bags or socks. This is a paper bag monster I made. I wanted him to be able to roar, so I decorated inside his mouth. I also gave him wiggly arms for extra scariness. Another sort of puppet I mentioned earlier is stick puppets. These puppets generally don't have any moving parts, but are simply mounted on dowels or even on your fingers, becoming finger puppets. As you can see, I can use a bunch of these at once, making a one puppeteer show a lot easier. These can be cut out of paper, made into finger puppets from pipe cleaners, or you can use Dixie cups like I've done here. Finally, there are marionettes. This is a specific kind of jointed puppet with any number of moving joints and functions that is manipulated by strings held by the puppeteer. The strings can be attached to dowels held in the puppeteer's hands or attached directly to their fingers. Some marionettes get incredibly complex, but they don't have to. I made a dragon out of paper cups by joining them with paper brads to give it some flexibility and attaching only 2 strings. Rawr!
So now I want you to make your own puppet. We're going to be making a whole puppet theater production this summer over the course of this series. So by the end of the series, I hope that you're ready to put on your own puppet show, and we'll give you some details towards the end of the summer about submitting videos. For now, though, have fun making your own cast of characters.
Remember to subscribe to the Westland Public Library YouTube channel and click the bell so you can get updates about this series. See ya!